We need Fidelis. Ready? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen and colleagues and administration. We're calling to order a special council meeting of the City of Jackson, Mississippi, September the 9th, 2024 at 2:07 p.m. The purpose of this meeting is to consider a proposed budget for the City of Jackson for the fiscal year 2024. Clerk, could you please get the agenda item on the floor?
Resolution approving and adopting the municipal budget for the fiscal year 2024-2025.
Second. All right, the item is on the floor, colleagues, but I will tell you just before this meeting started, it came to my attention that we still have several things that we are waiting on and that we need to consider. We still need to go over the master lease program for the next year. We have some information we're still waiting on with the Human and Cultural Services wrap-up. We've got to look a little deeper in the planning department so that we can be sure that we have found adequate funding for the commercial demolition of some of our most, needy demolition blight. And then we also did not get numbers from IT this morning, and we're still waiting on those. And so with that, colleagues, as much as I regret having to do this because I was probably too optimistic that we would be ready to vote today on the proposed budget, and then we would later this week be able to adopt the final budget, we are not going to be able to do that today. And so I would like to remand this back to committee, the Finance Committee, and then with the Finance Committee reconvening at 9 a.m. Wednesday, correct, Mr. Banks? So that we can wrap up all these details and get everything ironed out. By the way, we do have a healthy quorum. In addition to my colleagues joining me on the dais, we also have Mr. Foote joining us online. Yes, online through Life Size. I don't see Mr. Stokes. So with that, colleagues, Mr. Banks, did you have any discussion or anything you'd like to say at this point?
No, other than hopefully we can get all the information that requested in a timely manner and be able to get these things hashed out so that we can move forward as soon as possible.
Thank you, Mr. Banks. All right, colleagues, with that, Mr. Banks.
With that being said, Madam President, I withdraw my motion. I'm sorry, Councilman Foote.
Mr. Foote?
I've got a question to ask.
Wait just a minute, Mr. Banks. Do you want to? You withdrew your motion, so it's not on the floor.
Yeah, I did withdraw my motion. So, but I would hold it.
Thank you.
For him to have
Mr. Foote. Hello, Mr. Foote.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm not there. Can you hear me okay?
We can. We hear you just fine.
Can you hear me? Okay. Sorry I'm not there in person, but I find it's really disturbing that after 4 weeks of mud wrestling through this budget process that we get to the agreed upon time and it's not all there. I'd like to have, could you give me a quick summary of the items that we're waiting for or that are uncertain so I can be thinking about those until Wednesday morning?
Well, Mr. Foote, I ran through them. I don't know if you heard me, but we still need to go through the master lease agreement for next year. We're still waiting on some wrap-up information from Human and Cultural Services. We're still looking for some funding for the commercial demolitions. And then IT, we don't have any information from the IT department.
Well, I find this very disappointing on the behalf of the administration. I'm very disappointed in their performance. It took us forever to get the information out of them that we got. And here we are, we still don't have of all the information. I'm embarrassed for the city. That's all I think I got to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Foote. Okay, colleagues, anything else? Mr. Hartley?
Just one thing, on the demolition,
Yes, sir.
just a quick question, how much is currently budgeted for 2020?
We don't have a number yet, Mr. Hartley, that's part of the issue. And so, what we went through, you may recall that you and I were sitting down there and we were kind of talking together on this. We want to know what the reasonable amount, the number of reasonably that we can demolish in 1 year of commercial buildings.
How much do we have currently? Is there any
There's zero.
projection?
There's no money.
There's nothing projected on it?
Zero.
Okay.
So therein lies the issue. And I think the intent is there and the will is there. It's just, this was obviously optimistic on my part to think that we could vote on this today. So, colleagues, if there is nothing, Mr. Banks, would you like to?
Yes, Madam President, I withdraw my motion.
And I withdraw my second. Colleagues, is there anything else to come before us at this time? Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned.